we doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Wolf, and welcome back to Path of Exile. We're going to be doing a little bit of mapping today. This is going to be on the Vaal Cyclone build that I put out a build guide for yesterday. You can take a look at that via a card on screen or a link in the description. Now, I have rolled up a couple of maps. They are low tier-ish, and then we'll do a high tier one at the end, depending how much time we've got. I only have access to like tiered 6-ish. I don't even have a tier 6 map. 5 is the highest I have, but I've cleared up to 6 at the moment. Sadly, I don't have anything higher than that at the minute, and I put in a Sextant as well in the bottom left, so we're going to get some value out of that. We're going to do marshes, graveyard, and then I think I rolled up a 5 channel. So yeah, we got marshes and 2 graveyards. So we can hopefully get some decent loot out of these things, and I can show off how the build works in speed clear mapping. So let's just go ahead and start off with our level 1 graveyard here. So essentially, I mean, you probably saw the build guide for this build, but it is so much fun, especially when you can get a gigantic pack. Excuse me. You can get a giant pack and then hit Vaal Cyclone. And the graveyard is also shaped, so this will be interesting, that's for sure. I don't have Elder Influence unlocked just yet, sadly, but that is how it goes. I already got a shaper item. Alright, good start. Is that the boss right there? It is. You know, let's kill it. Why not? Well, since we're here. I don't have access to... I have Vaal Cyclone now. Shape the boss for me, please. Thank you. And, well, there's the boss is done. So if you're looking to speed clear low tier maps, it'll do that exceptionally fast. I don't see anything that's shaped here, sadly. But we still have the rest of the map to clear. So that's the boss done. Easy as hell. Now, of course, we are doing low tier maps, obviously. This might have had random exiles on it as well. Nice, even better. But for the most part, what I've done up to tier 7 or so, I've had no real problem with. The only map that I have any form of issue with is dungeon maps, because I am stupid sometimes and get one-shotted by skeleton mages. But other than that, I've not really had trouble with any map that I attempt to do. And one more thing is that I don't really have any idea of what a good clear map is. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of level do I need to get to for people to start thinking that, oh, this build is actually good, you know? For some people it's 9, for some people you need to be able to kill, what is it, Elder or something like that? Or Shaper or something like that, I don't remember the name of it. But, I don't know, it's kinda... There's a lot of things I still have to learn for where I can value build ability at, you know? It's a bit of a weird saying, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say, is I don't know where the threshold is for this is a good build in Path of Exile just yet. But from what I've found, I have no real trouble with this build whatsoever. Now, is it the fastest clear speed? Considering one of my friends is playing a very, very fast Deadeye that can pretty much explode the screen. I'm gonna say not the highest clear speed. You can definitely get like one-shot screen explode builds that are faster, but it is extremely fun. And for those of us who like the barbarian playstyle, you sacrifice a little bit of clear speed, but you still get that playstyle that you know and love. And for most people, especially those people who aren't doing like ultra high-end maps and that sort of thing, playstyle is a little bit more important than clear speed sometimes, because enjoying what you're doing is, for the most part, as I've learned, better than just doing it fast or doing it more efficiently. Because the longer you enjoy something for, the more often you want to play, the more often you're willing to do it, as opposed to if you're playing a build you don't really like but it clears really fast. Yeah, you could probably do like 4 maps in the exact same time you can do 1 or 2 with the other build, but it's not half as fun and you don't have as much reason to play. Now, in theory, ooh, nice. I have no idea what that is. In theory, it maths out to you do more maps even in the same amount of time, but if you're not having a good time doing it, there's not really much point to doing it, you know, unless you're trying to push for like a, what is it, a first level 100 in a season, or in a league, then you'll have some leeway. Let's pop into a tier 2 marshes. We have, of course, as I was talking about, the Sextant's active. So we have 3 uses of that. We've used 1 now, and then we can use the second one in marshes. Actually, only have 2 uses on this one. The one I used the other day had access to 3 uses, I think. So we might actually do another high tier map. Or, well, I say high tier map, but I have tier 5 is my highest, I think, that I've unlocked so far. Excuse me while I move my mic really quickly. I gotta make sure I keep the audio levels kind of correct. But yeah, I've done up to tier 8, haven't really had any trouble. And I have a very good feeling that this build could go higher, so long as you don't make stupid mistakes, which is pretty easy to avoid. Sometimes you will get one-shotted. That happens. I wouldn't recommend it for hardcore. At least, actually, maybe, but there's one thing that'll really kill you on hardcore. I mean, it kills most people on hardcore. Sweet, I got a beach map. Those ones are nice. But Detonate Dead will just kill you really fast. And just because of that fact, it's not spectacular on hardcore. If you don't use Vaal Cyclone, Cyclone itself can still get some value. And you could probably make that hardcore viable, just like by ignoring Vaal Cyclone. Also, I've gotten a little bit tired of Alva just recently, because just doing back-to-back-to-back temple runs gets a little bit boring, so I've just started kind of skipping her and map clearing instead. So for those of you wondering why I'm leaving Alva, just kind of stood there. It's not really my cup of tea. I do like it. It is a whole lot of fun, and I like the new mechanics and things idea of leagues, but it does get stale pretty fast. It looks like the other way is going to be where we have to go. Like, it's a good mechanic and all that, and I'm going to have to do more of them, obviously, for challenges and things, because I want to try and get that cloak and bandana. I'm at, I think, 8 challenges at the moment. I need to get, hopefully, 24. I don't really care much about the portal effect. It's nice, but I'm not going to, like, push for it. So, yeah, it's a fun mechanic, but it gets a little tiring, if I'm entirely honest, because every map you go into has like 4 or 5 things to do sometimes, depending on how many people you can get and master spawns and all that. I had one map that I went into that literally took a half hour, because it was a red tier map, and it had an Alva spawn in it, and it had a Zayna spawn in it, so it was literally like 3 maps in one. So it was an Alva incursion, a different map I had to clear entirely, and still a red tier map. To which I could probably corrupt a map, just for a laugh. I could probably corrupt the tier 5 map that I have, thinking about it now. That could be interesting. You know, I think I'm actually going to do that. That could be interesting. So after this, I'll corrupt that map, and we'll see how we go. I really hate doing Cat Arena missions, if I'm entirely honest. She is the most annoying one by far. Let's hit a Vaal Cyclone here. Meat grinder. Kills elites, bosses, you name it. So fast. It just removes all issue from boss fights. Or just from most things like strong boxes, whispering essences. It has the major advantage that while it's pulling in things, enemies, like melee enemies, don't have good enough AI to be able to hit you, which is exceptional. That's why it's really good for bosses, is because it tricks the AI, because you're moving them consistently, and most of the AI's actual attacks require them to be stationary. So because of that, depending on if the AI has like an actually moving castable attack, then they'll still be able to hit you. But for most melee bosses, they don't have that. And just because of that fact alone, you're able to just hit Vaal Cyclone and they cannot touch you. Ooh, Vaal Orb. Well, I guess that's the Vaal Orb that I need to corrupt my map. So that's actually a perfect job. Let's resurrect those two. Make sure I was just farming for a Vaal Cyclone, but we managed to get this as well. A little bit of desync. Why did my... I don't know why my mana disappeared. That was weird. Okay. That was a bit weird. Oh well. There you go. Take your fellows back. Did the other one get stuck on something? Come on. Are you gonna... And where's the other one? I swear, these guys are so bad. They get lost so easily. Alright, come on. I'll walk you back to mom. Let's go. Or well, I'll leap you back to mom anyways. Can you claim him? There you go. Level 5. Wonderful. Okay. Let's pop a few chests, and then I will show you what I mean by Vaal Cyclone in boss fights. Now, I like to put down a town portal. This is half the reason that I have portal. It's just so I can put it at the start of a boss fight. Just in case I make a mistake and die. But for the most part, that doesn't happen. But you know what I mean. Now, he has moving abilities. For the most part, he has Cyclone. So he can Cyclone while we Vaal Cyclone him. But he can't do any of his Sunders. Which is where we have a rather large advantage on him. So I'll take that cage map. And I can probably ID up some of that. And we can run the other map. But yeah, since he had Cyclone, he can still do his Cyclone run stuff while we're pulling him. But he can't do any of his other attacks. So that's why it defaulted to doing that. At least out of my experience. Whether that's entirely true, I'm not really sure. Let's see. Damage penetrate, 6% of elemental resistance. Fire damage, fizz damage. That's shit. Which is a shame, because damage penetrates fire or elemental res is actually good-ish. I don't know, I'm still learning what's good in this game. Like, that looks like it would be good, but it's actually kind of bad, I think. I want to say, because it's only 10% spell damage, and I know you can roll, I've seen like 70% spell damage roll. So, that's kind of terrible, but it does have crit strike chance. You know, this is where it starts to get deceiving. I honestly can't give you an actual answer on if that's good or not. If that wasn't burning damage, that could be something else, but yeah, you can't augment it or anything. What about the ring? 40% lightning res on a fire and cold res ring. That's the only redeeming factor of that ring. But yeah. Although, can I maybe craft life on it? I might get something from it. Let's see if you're worth anything. Probably an alk, and I'm just gonna vendor you. Yep, 1 alk. Goodbye. And I mean, I could chaos orb it because it's a shaper weapon, but that's not even worth my time. Let alone that. And let's... I sold the jewel. Damn it. 1 job. And I can't even craft life on it. RIP. Alright, well, you're going in the vendor as well. Alrighty, let's pop these splinters in here, pop all my other stuff in here, and then roll up this this map here. Which one is it? We're gonna keep that one for the moment, I think. And we want to corrupt this channel map. What we get, I'm not entirely sure. Monsters fire 2 additional projectiles, crit strike, monsters have increased crit strike chance. Shit, I gotta watch out for being crit, I might get one-shotted. Have a chance to avoid elemental ailments, inhabited by 2 additional rogue exiles. Alright, that should be fine. That should be fine, and I'll show you my map tab, just for a laugh. It's a little bit deformed now, but this is the real endgame of Path of Exile. Yeah, it's become a little bit deformed, sadly. But that's Path of Exile's real endgame. Okay, throw that in there. And let's pop in one more map, and then I think we can probably call that the mapping video, most likely. Actually, let's throw in a midnight with it. Or not a midnight, but a dawn and a dusk. Let's throw in 2 of them fellas. and let's see how the map goes, shall we? If you could open up the portals, as I said, that would have been like an exceptional transition, but apparently we're not having that today, which, whatever. Alright, we got Blood Aqueducts. Nice, let's make sure to keep Blood Rage up. And this is tier 5, and it doesn't really pose any issue. This is a corrupted tier 5. That's, well, you can see how it's going. Like, corrupted tier 5 is a laugh. Absolute laugh. I don't even have all my charges up yet, either. Which makes it even more scary, if I'm honest. I hate Tormented Souls in this game. Because for wannabe treasure goblins, they're more annoying than treasure goblins are. And I don't like those mages much. But they don't hit as hard as the Sparking Skeletal mages, so I should be okay. Woo. Corrupted Blood. Keep up on the Staunching Flask. Abyssal Axe. I like the sound of you. It's a Nagamu's. It's a Nagamu's, of course it is. It's the exact weapon I'm using, funnily enough. Well, in that case, if any of you are playing Chieftain, or my exact build, and you want a Nagamu's, let's see how it rolls. Let's see how it rolls. 205%. Is this better than mine? 9% attack. It's better than my axe. It's better than my axe, although mine's 20 quality. But still, so if you want this Nagamu's, I will save it for one of you fellas, potentially. You can add my character name, and or message me in-game, and I will give this Nagamu's axe to whoever is the first person to message me. Now, it's generally worth like a few chaos, but if you're making the exact same build, you know, why not get it for free, right? Hey, jewelers, nice. Let's grab that. I haven't actually seen any 6 links drop, which kinda sucks. I have like a basic loot filter, but I need to tailor it to me and to what I like to grab. Because it's good, but it makes certain things that most of the recipes that I know, it makes them really small, which is a bit weird, but I mean, it's whatever. Because I do the chrome recipe, so like something with 3 sockets. And then, or with a socket of each color, actually, we'll give you a chrome back. And then, jeweler's orbs. So, a 6 socket will give you 7 jewelers, which 8 converts to a chaos. So every 6 socket is basically a chaos orb, which is quite nice. And it's how I make a decent amount of money. Really? Really? Okay then. I mean, so far we've had good luck with this map. This corrupted tier 5 channels that we've got going on here. 2 legendaries out of it, or 2 uniques. Getting that change in my mind is really weird to do, because I've played so much Diablo. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there, I promise. It'll depend though, because sometimes I'll call it uniques, and sometimes I'll call it rares. But it just kind of depends on the situation for whatever reason. Enemies would be nice. Here we go. Humility. Tabula Rasa Part 1. Interesting. That hurts a little bit. But Vaal Cyclone will take care of you. And I could run that conservatory un-ID'd for part of my challenge, which is going to be perfect. I'll grab that diamond ring as well. I can probably craft that up in one of my upcoming videos, where I craft things and then realize I don't know what's worth money, and you guys laugh at me when I throw away really valuable shit. That's probably going to happen quite often in that series, but I'm pretty sure that is going to bring us to the end of this map, end of this video. So let's ID this weapon really fast. What do we got? Flesh Eater with Fizz damage, Fizz attack speed, life leech, bleed cause. Alright. What are you worth according to the macro? Useful for identifying uniques. 1 elk. Yeah, you're probably gonna get vendured. But I will save this Nagamu's, which is worth at the moment 1 chaos. Alright, well it rolled really good compared to mine anyways. But I will save this for one of you fellas. I need to find like a spot that I can actually put it. There we go. So I shall save this, message me in game, and the first person to message me will get it. That's going to be all from me, and as always, take care, lads. So heaven if you sent us down.